Hey, my name is Jake Anderson, and this is my 1988 Jeep Comanche. The reason I'm making this video is I had this Jeep previously, bought it back. I'll get into a little bit more about that later, but the reason I'm kind of going to make these videos is to follow the progress, because I picked it back up and I kind of forgot what I had done, what I didn't do. The tools that I had bought that were special, that I needed, that like a T40 and that outward star bit. It's like a reverse star bit for the transmission and all. I kind of lost some of those things, kind of forgot what I had done and what I had not done. And so this time I just want to kind of make a video progress of it as I work on it a little bit, and that way upload these videos so that I've got a record of what I've done, what I haven't done, and also, these trucks are kind of rare. They didn't make a whole lot of them, and so I just thought it'd be really cool to put that out there. I know I've benefited a lot from guys putting out videos of different things, and so I thought maybe I could do that, maybe help somebody out. So this is my 1988 Jeep Comanche 4.0 inline 6 with the AX15 transmission is what I'm going to put back in it. Right now it has had the BA10 Peugeot transmission. And so a little bit interesting story, I guess, with this truck is I bought it from a guy that I work with. Work at a fire department, and a guy that I work with, I told him I was looking for one of these trucks, and he said that he had one. And so it'd been sitting for a while. Engine was still good, but the transmission was bad. So me and my dad took it back to his place, took the old transmission out of it, and I just got kind of discouraged with time, with money, with as far as my mechanical ability. It just ended up being a project that I didn't feel like I had the time or the resources to be able to tackle at that time. Well, a guy bought it from me, and that was about 4 years ago. A guy bought it from me, and he had actually had it sitting about an hour away from me for the past 4 years, sitting under a carport at his hunting cabin type place. He hadn't really done anything to it. So I messaged him, kind of hopeful, and it ended up working out. We were able to go pick it back up, so that's kind of cool. But just wanted to go over this, and document the progress, I guess. So what I'm working on right now, the primary objective is to get this thing running and driving. So the motor was still good when it was sitting, had been sitting. I haven't done anything with it for a long time, but what we ended up doing was taking the old transmission out of it. So that's the Peugeot BA10, and then the transfer case as well that I've got broken down right there. And this guy had that transmission and a transmission that I had bought sitting under that carport on a pallet, so there's not really any, pretty much sitting the way that I had left it. So that was really cool. But so this is the AX15 transmission. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet, because this is, from what I've been told, an internal slave cylinder setup based off the year and everything. So I was able to buy this with the transfer case and everything attached already, but that is the AX15 transmission. Goes into gears and everything fine. This came out of a Cherokee, and so I'm not sure if this is the route that I'm going to go. I've looked at the conversion kits, the advanced adapters conversion kit, but that's things like $3,300. This thing was a couple $100, but it's going to take a lot more mechanicking, if you will, to get it where it needs to be. And so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Dead Jeep, I believe, has one. Basically, it looks like they've pulled the complete setup out of a Cherokee or whatever, and they sell those for like $2,200. But there's also a freight charge, and I'm not sure what that freight charge is. So another option would be to get the advanced adapters, external slave cylinder set up. That's like $750. Then I have to buy the clutch kit and all that stuff, and while I'm at it, I really need to replace the seal. So basically I'm looking at $1,000, $2,000, or $3 grand, and so that's kind of where I'm stuck at as far as getting it running and driving. I do need to get a new pilot bearing, and so I've kind of figured out what that is that I need, and hopefully that'll go in and go smooth. But I've got all these Jeep wheels. The guy that I bought it from, or rather that I sold it to and then bought it back from, had put a new tire over here. I'm guessing that tire had went bad, but put a new wheel over here on this side. So one of the things that I'm going to work on as well, I'd really like to make this a nice truck. My son's 3 years old now, and I don't know, kind of thinking towards the future. I just think these are really cool trucks, and yeah, I think it'd be really cool to fix this thing up and have it for my son, teach him how to drive in it, you know, and maybe give it to him whenever he's old enough to drive. And I don't know, that's the goal, that's the hope. And so right here we've got this fender off because my dumb butt, whenever we were taking it off the trailer, I had the door open so that I could kind of see and steer and everything. And what happened was it hit the fender down here and bent these hinges, and so now this door hasn't, you know, really closed right ever since. And so I ended up, the guy that helped me go get it, also a guy that I work with, he ended up having a set of Cherokee doors, power windows, power locks, that he sold me for $100. And so the only issue with that is up to 96, I believe it is, these doors are direct bolt-on. The front doors from Cherokees are direct bolt-on to the Comanches. Well, the doors that he sold me are 98s, and so that's not a huge deal. It just means that I'm going to have to replace the striker plate here, this Nader pin. I'm gonna have to replace this to the new style here, and so it'll take a little bit of doing, but it's from the videos that I've watched, it doesn't seem too bad. I'm just gonna have to get new ones of these, and then potentially that backing plate that goes in the new ones as well. So the only issue I'm running with on this side is they have like spot welded some of this stuff. I guess it might have been breaking or whatever, so I'm gonna get a grinder. I tried to take this one off yesterday and it just it wouldn't come out. That other side came out pretty easy, so I'm gonna have to take my grinder and kind of go in here and grind this stuff down, pull these pins out, and then that other side's got some weld spots on it as well. Just gonna clean this up, get it flat, kind of see what I'm dealing with a little bit here. One thing I don't have is a welder, and that's one thing that I'm probably gonna have to invest in. So as you can see, it's sitting outside. I don't have it sitting in a garage. So that's kind of one of the challenges to this, and one of the reasons that I'm so worried about getting these doors on is because while there is rust in the floor pan on the driver's side, I think there's a little bit on the passenger side. It didn't look too bad whenever I looked at it, but I still need to, you know, cut all that stuff up and take a little bit of a harder look at it. But that's one reason that I want to get these doors put on is if these had the mirrors up here, I wouldn't be as concerned about it. You know, I like the manual windows, you know, and one issue that I think I'm going to run into is the trim right here on the new doors bumping into this and the glove box. That's one issue that I've heard of. So that's one thing I'm looking at doing, or concerned with, I guess. And then you can see that rust over there. I mean, that pan's gone. So I'm hoping that cross member's not too affected, but with the level of rust that I'm seeing there, I'm thinking that it's or stabilizer bar, support, whatever you want to call it. And that's one thing why I wanted to document some of this, is because I don't really know what I'm doing. I've looked up a lot of videos and research and different things like that, and that essentially is what I'm banking on, is going to YouTube University, if you will, to figure some of this stuff out. And even though there wasn't a lot of these made, there's a pretty good following with guys that have done different things, and so I'm pretty hopeful that I'll be able to figure this out. I've got a little more time, a little more money now, and so that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm looking at, and the main priority is getting it running, but also just because these doors kind of fell in my lap, I want to get these doors changed over, and I still really don't know exactly what transmission I'm going to go back into it with. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm hoping we can get this done.